To the bottom right of the map in our third game on Ohana, we have the Zerg player. It is the one and only TSL.
TSL symbol!
He's 10-1 in the team league so far. And he's up against the Protoss player, and we mentioned this in the past, but I wanted to point it out once again. If you play against a team like TSL, you're of course aware of their best player. So if you train a sniper, it will be someone who is sent out to take down a player like Polt, a player like Symbol. So Brown might have exactly this one job in this team match. To the top left, starting in the blue, starting for the Slayers team, it is
Slayers Brown!
Slayer's asking Brown, what can you do for us right now? And, well, he's going to have to show it. Not going for a gateway expand. It's, of course, common to see forward fast expands. I mean, actually, it's not common. It's basically the only thing you ever see. But I thought it was possible he might go for a gateway build on a two-player map like this. But the choice is no. It's going to be a forward fast expand. In fact, Nexus first.
I'm really excited to see what Braun is going to do here. I think that Slayers trained this guy particularly to take down Symbol. You have to have at least one player in your lineup that deals with one of the big names of your opponent's team. Yeah. And if you train a sniper, you will train a sniper against Symbol.
And Brown is probably that guy. I don't think this guy, even though he's shown some decent games in the past, and because his record against Zerg is good, this is someone who's definitely a decent player, but I do not think they plan to use him at all, unless there's going up against Symbol.
And the thing is that, of course, when you train a sniper and when you talk about things, the one advantage that Brown has here is that nobody really knows too much about his playstyle. We've seen that he played 5 games in the individual league against Zerg, but this is basically all that we have when it comes down to the data. So this is exactly the same problem that TSL is going to face.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you're right. He's got a great win rate versus Zerg, but he's only played 5 games. So which games can you study? His game against Superstar, nobody cares about that. I mean, that's not something that really matters.
When you send out a player like JYP or Puzzle, the first thing that happens after the player has been announced, Hyun, Revival, Ragnarok, every single one of them will turn around and will talk to Symbol and tell him, okay, well, listen, on this map I played him just 2 weeks ago or a week ago. He used this and this strategy, so be careful about whatever. But against Brown, it's like, well, yeah. I don't know that guy. No, what's his letter ID? Does he have a Smurf?
I think it's I-I-L-I-I-I-L-L-I-L.
Oh, I've met this guy.
I play him a few times the ladder too, man.
He is lettering so much.
Yeah, dude, he is out of control. It's hard to tell, you know.
He's crazy.
To tell how much he plays, man.
Yeah, sometimes he plays on 2 computers at the same time.
I heard he occupies all the top 20 Grandmaster spots himself.
Yeah, it's the best guy ever. I mean,
sometimes I heard he plays against himself, like from 2 different locations. I don't know how that works. It's insane.
Okay, well, guys, I think as probably not everyone that is currently watching the cast knows about this. The barcode IDs with a capital L and so capital E and a normal L is actually something that you can use on the ladder in order to hide your nickname, to hide your ID. And most of the Korean teams right now have at least 5 to 6 barcode IDs to hide their player's ID so that they can play ladder without their replays being saved and just being analyzed. So it's a pretty cool style if you want to make sure that your strategies are rather hidden.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know if I was actually the first person to make this popular, but I remember...
No, you weren't. That was already popular in Warcraft 3.
Okay, I was going to say, I remember, well, hold that thought really fast. I'm not trying to say I started this, but in Korea when I came here, trying to make a channel of FX Open, and people kept joining it, like from the Korean server, fans and just other people who don't, you know, we didn't know who they were. So I said, why don't you just make a channel that has a bunch of I's and L's? And then like people kept making channels like that to try to hide their team and stuff. And I'm not saying like I wasn't trying to be like, I was like, I did it for everyone else, but
in Warcraft 3 there was actually a map hacker ID.
Oh, really?
People who map hack often use IDs like this because they wanted to make sure that they could not be reported. Because you had to enter the ID of the player that you're going to report.
By the way, this is Dark Shrine build.
Yeah, he's going for the Dark Shrine. And Symbol is going for the scout. He has 2 overlords in position, but the top left is of course very hard to spot. And will Symbol be able to get in there and see what exactly is going on?
There's no stalker nearby, so yeah, I think so. He's even making a zealot right now. He's going to see this, but the thing is, how much time will he have to prepare? He's going to be very focused right now on these units that are coming towards his 3rd base, but he is going to see this. His overlord is going to see it no matter what. He's got nothing to stop him.
Yeah. The Overlord will get into position here. Symbol is going to scout what's going on. He's seconds away from spotting the Dark Shrine, and there it is. And he immediately throws down 2 Spore Crawlers. That's the first thing that he does.
And this is something that Brown could see. He saw that Spore Crawler. There's only 1 at this base, so if he actually targets it down with these Zealots, as it looks like he's going to do, he can still make this work. Oh, he's warped in so many Zealots, though, and there are Roaches out. This is starting to look really bad for Brown. I mean, he's looking like, I mean, this is like...
He's losing the pylon. No. Ah, he's not killing it?
Well, there's several more pylons on the map anyways, so if he loses too many Roaches or hit too many hit points trying to do this, it'll be a mistake. All right, 4 DT is going in. He's going to be able to target down the Spore before the Spine Crawler is ready, and this could still work.
Yeah, it definitely could, and the Spore Crawler is going to die as the Queen doesn't have enough energy for a transfuse, and the lair tech is not done just yet. He's trying the same thing once again. This base is going to die for sure. The 3rd is gone. Symbol has lost the 3rd base.
He's lost his Queen as well, and Roaches are being taken out by DTs. And it looks like he may actually try to break through these rocks, potentially. Not sure what he's going to do with the DTs now. He doesn't have a lot of choices. He's actually sending them home, probably just going to make them into Archons.
One of them takes down the Spine Crawler to the left side of the map. And now the lair is done. Even though Symbol scouted it, he is not really able to get away with defending against it without getting any damage at all. And now we have the follow-up while we have both of them on the same Harvest account.
With no hatchery here, he's in he looks like he's in tough shape because he's losing a lot of mining. He doesn't have that production, but the production is more important because it looks like we're going to see a follow-up attack here with 6 gateways.
He needs the production, therefore also the macro hatch that Symbol is currently building, and needs to be very careful here. He is ahead in supply, but without the 3rd base, this is definitely going to be a tough situation for him to deal with. As you mentioned, the follow-up is already on its way. We have Blink Stalkers with +2 attack, and the army supply might be in favor of Symbol at this point, but this is very, very scary, especially with the upgrade advantage that Brown currently has.
He's going to have 2 Archons to help this out as well. They're going to be able to tank a lot of hits and do a lot of damage. They do so much damage to biological with the +2. They're going to do over 40 damage per shot. The Roaches right now do not have any upgrades at all. They're about to have +1, but they will not have any Carapace. This is going to be so intense. He's going to get one of these pylons, but he does not get the more critical one, the one that's far away. He's even making a further forward pylon. The Overseer is sniped. This means DTs can be used as well. And this hatchery, he's I mean, you said it already. He's going to have to cancel this.
Oh, he doesn't.
Wow, no cancel.
He loses the hash. Wow. Symbol with a misstep here, and he is hard-pressed. The Stalker count is getting out of control. 21 already, 2 Archons to lead the charge as he's walking up the ramp now, trying to force Symbol back, trying to claim victory here. 4 Slayers, the Archons are gone, and will Brown be able to pull this off?
Well, he's got a great concave with the Stalkers. They have +2. His Blink Micro is insane, and it looks like he has enough. But the Spine Crawlers that are going up are going to make it very difficult for him to actually continue to attack forward here. He can pick out the Roaches when they're away from the Spines, but now the Spines are here. I'm not sure how long he's going to want to stay here.
Symbol is slowly but steadily dropping in supply, and Brown is on the move. He is trying to make this happen. Takes down Spine Crawler number 1. Is moving in. He lost a lot of energy, a lot of shields already. And this is going to be problematic for the Slayer's play. He needs to be very, very cautious of how he's going to approach this, but he's able to press Symbol.
He's just, his Blink Stalker Micro is so phenomenal. He's not even worried about the Spine Crawlers. I'm so shocked that he was actually brave enough to move up here, but his control is good enough and he knows it. And I think Symbol may just die here. He's pulling his drones. He's still ahead in supply, but there's not enough DPS on these Roaches. Look at the Stalker control from Brown. It is insane.
There are no fungals. There's just nothing. And now he's slowly but steadily whittling down the harvest account of his opponent. Symbol is now down to 36. His opponent has 52.
The hit points on these Stalkers
is looking so good.
The hit points on these Stalkers, almost all of them are below 10 hit points, but the shields are coming back. The Blink Micro is just insane.
He's definitely going to do it. Symbol is down to 61 supply. He lost a lot of harvesters. He is behind in economy. His production is going to be crippled, especially when the Queen now is, falls as well. 78 supply against 57. The stock account at 13. He's moving in. He's warping in salads now. And Symbol is going to lose this expansion. Brown with another win against Zerg, apparently. If Symbol is not able to get some kind of miracle engagement here, now the base is down. I don't think he can recover from this. This is impossible. It has to be.
It has to be the end, man. Symbol, a great Zerg player, sometimes struggles against Pross. Brown is known for this matchup. His control was insane. I cannot stress it enough. The game is basically won because he's only got 2 hatcheries of production, only 1 hatchery of mining.
When Parting made his splash, Symbol also Brown qualified for Code S as well, but then he disappeared. He immediately fell down again. A very brief appearance for the Slayers player, but now he is definitely making this work for his team. He is defeating the strongest Zerg player in the TSL roster. His record is stellar against Zerg. This is the 6-0 in the PBZ for Brown, and what an impressive performance.
Yep, this is Symbol. I mean, is by the way being so patient here. He's trying to get 1 good engagement, but the Stalker concave, look at it. That's the biggest arc of Stalkers attacking a Zerg on 1 base I think I've ever seen. He's just got so many Stalkers. Symbol with very little production. He lost his macro hatch now as well. He does not have the upgrades. His Zerglings are at 0-0.
He has no upgrades, he has no tech, he has no nothing. Here comes Symbol, the last stand for the TSL Zerg, moving in, and it is way too much. Brown is slowly but steadily taking every single roach down. The Queens are going to die as well. Offensive blink to finish things off, and Symbol at the bottom left. He lost the game, he knows it, he stopped playing. And here it is, GG.
Well, we are having stars falling this week, man. Symbol out after just taking 1 win, and that is not what the TSL coaches had in mind.
Not at all. Oh, tough time to be Symbol, and Brown certainly is happy. He was trained as a sniper, and he played so well here.
We talked about the snipe yesterday with the cannon rush.
Oh yeah, that was...
And this is exactly the same thing. This is a snipe that's extremely well planned, well executed. And that's all there is to say about this build. It was a Dark Templar build, nice follow-up, very common follow-up. In fact, there's hardly any other sorts of follow-ups doing damage like that. You kill the 3rd hatchery, you're like, boom, I have more production than him, I'm going to hit a timing, I'm going to kill him, and that's exactly what we saw.
Very well played, and the Slayers team so far with a lot of very good decisions. They're in the lead once again up the 3rd game, 2-1 against TSL. And now suddenly TSL, they find themselves in the situation that they have to choose another player. And, well, you just saw how good Brown actually is against Zerg. Do you really send out another Zerg against him?
Well, that's the question. It may be time for Inori to PvP here and then sort of just try to play as many opponents as he can face after that. The map of choice, I think, will give us a hint as to what we're going to see, but it's hard to say. I don't think you want to send a Zerg out against him, but he was trained as a sniper, so if he's just there to snipe this guy in particular, and he's just shown his Dark Templar build, you may feel really good. You may think, all right, well, you've shown that already, now I'll just get rid of you with a good all-around Zerg player like Ragnarok, for example, and put him out here, or Hyun, but one of these Zergs is just going to beat him and then also be a tough opponent for the next player. If they pull out someone like Hyun, I think that's fine, but it's not an easy decision to make.
I don't think that we are going to see another Zerg. I think it would be way too risky given the history that Brown has. It's a very short history, but just seeing how well he plays against Zerg, just in general, already gives us a little bit of a hint. So let's see who is it going to be this time. To the top left, we have actually Polt. Will it be a Terran? Yes, it is Polt. It is the captain.
Yep, captain coming out right away. And we have seen, basically already, we've seen 2 stars coming out for TSL. Symbol and now Polt. And if Polt loses here, TSL can still win, but it is going to be like climbing Mount Everest and then having to fight like Slayer's Boxer on top, man. That's what he's going to have to do if he doesn't win this game. Look at his win rate in the team league, though. Not very impressive. 1-8, 11%.
In general, the matchup against Protoss is the best matchup that Pold has, though. It's his best matchup by far. He has a 68% win ratio with 116 wins and 55 losses. Quite the impressive record. And he feels confident here. Pold it. He is up against Brown now, and we will see the match as soon as we're back after a 5-minute break. See you in a few minutes, guys. It's the GSTL with Slayers up against TSL.
Past me, dawn, and I still be saved like a piggy bank on it and build me all that I